Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? RB here, Philly Take with RB, and you already know what to do. Go ahead and smash that like button for me, hit that subscribe if you're new, and ding that notification bell so you're instantly notified whenever I upload or go live. Today, we are back the day after the Eagles lose a nail-biter, 30-28. Surprisingly came back in it, but still fall short to the Baltimore Ravens. The Eagles now move to 1-4-1 and still somehow remain at second place in the NFC worst division of all time. And the Philadelphia Eagles will await to see what the Cowboys do tonight. But at this point, fans like myself are questioning what is even the point. But anyway, we got a lot to talk about today. First and foremost, I want to say the Philadelphia Eagles were not expected to win this game, did not have as much talent as the Baltimore Ravens. But at the end of the day, all the fans out there preaching moral victory, praising this team for scoring 22 in the fourth and coming back, stop it. Stop lying to yourselves. This was a winnable ball game. If you had told me the Baltimore Ravens would play as sloppy as they did, Lamar Jackson wasn't even running around like himself and still put up 108 rushing yards, and the Baltimore Ravens had 12 penalties for over 130 yards and had multiple penalties back-to-back down in the fourth quarter and tried to allow the Eagles to come back and win this game, and the Eagles just did not take it. We saw the Philadelphia Eagles trim a Steelers lead last week from 17 to 3 points. And this week we saw us trim an 18-point Raven lead down to 2. But here's the difference. Last week, the defense just did not have it. We were not on, and we were not going to win that game because we simply got exposed. But this week, it came down not to the play, not to the late play of both sides of the ball, but it came down to mind-boggling decisions by Doug Pederson. He blew this game single-handedly, and we got to stop taking it so lightly. There is no moral victories in the win-loss column. We lost, and we're sitting at 1-4-1, all banged up. That's what I got to say about that. But let's get into a lot. There's a lot to talk about. First and foremost, let's go over the injury report like we always do. So we just got notified minutes ago that Miles Sanders and Zach Ertz will both miss the Thursday night game, but thank God Miles Sanders' injury is not serious, because I thought the worst immediately when he went out after, a big 74-yard touchdown run. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside with a touchdown. But Miles Sanders goes down, doesn't come back, only ran the ball 9 times, still at 118 yards, and he's now only going to be out for 1 to 2 weeks with a knee injury. Thank you, football gods. I know you guys thought the worst just like I did. Zach Ertz, on the other hand, will be out 3 to 4 weeks apparently with an ankle injury, and it's just going downhill for him. It's not looking good. I don't know how he's going to want to get that big contract from the Eagles or from another team. I just don't see it. I mean, he's got to get back healthy. Who knows who's going to play tight end now? Maybe it'll be Jason Kroom, who scored a touchdown for us yesterday. But in addition to those guys, just so many injuries continue to stack up for the Eagles. Jack Driscoll's out for 1 to 2 weeks with an ankle injury. Malik Jackson, I didn't even know he went down. I thought he had a solid game yesterday. He's out for 1 to 2 weeks with a quad injury. I saw Jalen Mills go out. I know Slay might be a little banged up still. Some of our offensive linemen went down for a play. I mean, there's just so many injuries, and it's getting exhausting. The Eagles had 2 starters finish the game on offense yesterday. We are in week 6. Last year, it took to week 14 for everybody but 2 starters to go out of this lineup. It's ridiculous. The Eagles have played with 6 different offensive lines. Now, another addition to the offensive line yesterday, Jamon Brown. He's ridiculous. Doug Pederson's hoping that Matt Pryor as well will be able to come back this week off the illness list. But who knows? Sua Opeta might be an option, but Jamon Brown, the guy allowed 2 sacks, 4 quarterback hits, and 9 total pressures. This guy got outclassed by everybody, and he's out there after the game shaking hands with Lamar Jackson, taking pictures. Are you kidding me? Jamon Brown, get out of town. Jamon Brown, get out of town. I mean, he sucks. He absolutely sucks. Jeff Stoutland was able to make our O-line look good. Jordan Mailata continues to look pretty good, even though he's still not playing the best, but what do we expect, right? But Jamon Brown stinks. First and foremost, we got to go to Doug Pederson, because at this point, man, I'm losing it. I'm losing it with Doug Pederson. No, he shouldn't be fired yet, but at the same time, I don't understand how the head coach of a team is able to come out and say the things that he is. It's ridiculous at this point. The 2 questionable decisions in this game. Number one, in the first half, the Philadelphia Eagles are down 17-0. They go for a 4th and 1, which I can't be too mad at. A quarterback sneak, and somehow we can't execute on that. Fine. But then the Philadelphia Eagles go into the third quarter with no points. We finally get down the field and put some points up on the board. And it's 17-6. And Doug Pederson goes for 2. Again, I do not understand it. Stop with the analytics. Stop. The best probability to win a game. That's all Doug Pederson says. It's already hard enough to listen to a Doug Pederson presser, but he comes out and always dances around the questions, never answers them spot on. And he says it was the best probability to win the game. No, it lost us the game. You call a bonehead play with a read with Jalen Hurts, and he gets crumpled by the edge rushers of the Ravens. I mean, he absolutely just looked like a deer in headlights, got tackled. It comes down to the fourth quarter where we make a heroic comeback. Carson Wentz is doing everything he can. And with the game on the line, instead of being able to kick an extra point, we have to go for 2. And you call the same play. You call a read with Carson Wentz, who can't even communicate correctly with Boston Scott, can't pull the ball out, and we go and lose that game. I mean, you don't even give Carson a chance to put it in his hands again. I mean, it's unbelievable. The worst call, he called the same play twice. But what's even worse, and what has me like a ticking time bomb all day, is that on WIP morning radio this morning in Philadelphia, Doug Pederson was asked about that 2-point conversion. And last night he said that he needed to call a timeout and get a better play, and he got it in late. I'm screaming at my TV as it's going on. I'm like, what the heck? Call a timeout. Call a timeout. I mean, we have time. There's no other use for that timeout, but he doesn't. And he backed that up this morning. But this is what he said. We had exhausted all of our red zone plays by that point. In retrospect, should have called our last timeout to pick a better play. Doug Pederson is on my last nerve. I mean, are you kidding? We ran out of plays in a red. Stop it. Stop it. And you called the same exact play that you did with Jalen Hurts that did not work and got absolutely obliterated. I'm tired of it. We got to stop this, man. You can't answer questions like that as a head coach. Doug went on and he really just talked about how he could have called a better play. He talked about the Philadelphia Eagles and how we got to be in a better position. Talked about some of the other players. I mean, his press conference is just a bunch of mumble jumble. Doesn't really say a lot, but I don't know how he can defend that. Last night he tried to make one of the reporters, Les Bowen, feel bad about himself for asking why we couldn't get a drive going. We punted the first 5 or 6 drives of the game, didn't get a first down till 5 minutes left in the first half. I'll say it again. I said it yesterday. Doug must relinquish his play calling duties. It's not getting it done. There's a certain point in time where it just comes and you say, you know what, I got to delegate. I'm not getting it done. And he's not getting it done. Doug Pederson is on my last nerve. I don't know how you can say that. Let's talk about a few bright spots from this game. Number one, Carson Wentz. Leadership, accountability, putting the team on his back. He was absolutely incredible. He's continuing to emerge as the Wentz he was before. He's using his feet when he has to. I mean, all game, I felt like, especially in the first half, Doug did nothing to get him in a rhythm. There were no kind of rhythm plays, no quick slants, no out routes, no screens, nothing. It's just hero ball, hero ball, hero ball. But then as the game started to progress down to the third quarter, the fourth quarter, everyone thought we were out of it, and Carson Wentz never let his foot up, continued to make plays, throwing off his back foot, had no protection all day. I mean, the line was not good, but again, they were going up against the Ravens front, and the Ravens like to throw a lot of different things at you, but we were just bad. Jamon Brown, the rest of that line was bad. And Carson Wentz continued to get hit down and got back up and continued to make plays. You know, the back foot throw to Richard Rodgers, the throw to Travis Fulgham as he's leaning backwards for the touchdown, the one to Jason Kroon where he scrambles out. Carson Wentz, we've been saying it has to use his feet. Carson Wentz has 4 rushing touchdowns this year, by the way, and he's had 3 in his first 4 years combined. So he's using his feet, he's making plays. But Carson's also been sacked 25 times. That ties the 14th most in NFL history through 6 games. It's crazy, man. I mean, this guy's under so much duress, but he fought and he showed me that he's not going to let up until the final whistle blows and the clock hits 0, and that is what you want to see in a franchise quarterback. Carson Wentz had, I believe, 3 combined touchdowns. Yeah, 3 touchdowns, 2 in the air, 1 on the ground, 213 yards, but despite getting sacked 6 times. It's crazy, man. And the Eagles barely ran the ball again. I don't even have to harp on it anymore. The Philadelphia Eagles had pretty much an identical amount of plays as the Ravens. We had the same amount of drives in this game. But you know what? The Eagles got out-possessioned by 13 minutes. 36 to 23 minutes time of possession that we lost. And you know why? It's because we don't run the ball. We had more rushing yards than the Ravens did because of that Sanders run. And we ran the ball 20 less times. It's unbelievable, man. I guess we're just not going to run the ball anymore. It's crazy. Miles Sanders, I know he got hurt. I know he went down. But 9 carries, 8 carries up to that point, 100 yards. I know one was a big breakaway. But where's the belief in Boston Scott, Clement, all these guys? We don't run the ball. The other bright spot in this game was Travis Fulgham. The guy continues to stand out. He has the it factor, and he is going to be our number 1 for probably the rest of the year. I don't care if Alshon and Djax come back. It didn't even seem like Travis was in the game in the first quarter. I knew he was in the second quarter. He had 2 receptions in the second quarter and was our leading receiver at halftime with 27 yards. And he just continues to show out. He was getting double teamed. They were throwing things at him. Marlon Humphrey was all up on his back, and he continued to fight. Had a couple, I think 1 drop, and the other one was that Hail Mary. But overall, Travis had a lot of pressure on him all day, and he continued to fight through and go up. And the kid is just special. He's the first Eagle in 16 years since T.O. to have a touchdown in his first 3 games. The kid is going to be special. Travis Fulgham's on pace for 1,230 yards, even though he didn't even play a fourth of the season. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Travis Fulgham, most games by Eagles wide receivers with 50 yards and a touchdown since the start of last year. Since last year. And he has the most games. He has 3. Every game he's played in over 50 yards and a touchdown. It's crazy, man. Travis Fulgham is that guy. 18 catches on the year, 284 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And this guy just started playing. He's going to be very special. And Wentz trusts him. He trusts him to go up and throw the ball up to Travis Fulgham despite where we're at on the field, goal line, whatever. Travis Fulgham is going to be special, and the Eagles better continue to give him more and more opportunity. The only other thing I have to say in terms of a bright spot is the Eagles D-line. I mean, Josh Sweat continues to show out. Brandon Graham had a pair of sacks yesterday. I think he's 4th in the league. And it's good to see a vet like him showing up. Fletcher Cox, they were batting balls down at the line. They were getting pressure on Lamar, making him flush out. And again, it didn't even seem like he wanted to run that much. But Lamar Jackson still tallied up 108 yards. Nothing crazy in terms of running the ball for the Ravens. I know they ran for a lot of yards, but Mark Ingram went down early. Gus Edwards had a touchdown, but really did not get going. It was mainly Lamar Jackson, and that's because of our poor linebacker play. Again, Nathan Gerry looking terrible. That one draw by Lamar Jackson that resulted in a touchdown, Nathan Gerry was leaning towards the other way, and when he came back and could not catch up to Lamar, he simply gave up. I'm questioning, where's Davion Taylor? I saw him coming in the 3rd and 4th quarter, but this guy's a 3rd-round pick, and he's not on the field. Sean Bradley started the game yesterday, and he's a 6th-round pick. I mean, it's crazy, man. Our draft picks are not panning up right now. Jalen Hurts was surprisingly good, had a couple of nice plays there, but again, that's what we needed to get a spark in our offense. One more guy I got to mention, Jake Elliott. You suck. I mean, Jake Elliott goes from winning games years back, and he can hit a 60-yarder, but he can't hit an easy chip field goal. Oh, and let's not even forget that John Hightower on the first drive of the game has a chance for the Eagles to blow one up big and extend one all the way down the field. I think it was a 50-yard bomb, and John Hightower can't catch that. Are you kidding me? No one else in sight. Miles Sanders drops a touchdown in the end zone. I mean, what else is Wentz supposed to do? Doug Pederson's inability to stay competent, to make the right decisions, just to make the easy ones. Stop outsmarting yourself. That the 2-point conversions lost us this game. I don't get why we didn't give Wentz a chance to win it at the end. And we tried the same exact play, but yet we exhausted all of our plays in the red zone, and we didn't have any. I mean, stop it, man. Stop it. But the main thing about this is that the Eagles play again in 3 days. We got a short week. We're playing the Giants, who are coming off a momentum win against the Washington football team. We all suck in this division, and the Eagles are very, very banged up. I mean, look at the lineup we're going to throw out here on Thursday night. I'm a little bit worried. I mean, we should beat the Giants, but I'm still a little bit worried, but we'll see what happens. Give me all your thoughts down below. We got a game in 3 days. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Perfect. Perfect.